company, and I hope, super, we have the slides up. So our company is making 10 years of existence this year, and our mandate is really to manage the commercial aspects of the state in the oil and gas sector, and also develop in-depth expertise. If you can move the slides, please. I think I have 7 or so minutes to run through them, and I hope I can do justice to that. So, well, like I said, our mandate is to manage the commercial aspects of the state. We are owned by the state, 51% by the Minister of Energy and 49% by the Minister of Finance. We have 2 subsidiaries, the Uganda Refinery Holding Company and the National Pipeline Company. And then, of course, one of our other mandates is to develop in-depth skills within the oil and gas sector. Please move the slides. Next. And next. Okay, so this is the scope of projects we are dealing with. Quite a mouthful of those, and I'll try as much as possible to scan through those. We're in the upstream, midstream, and downstream segments of the petroleum sector. In the upstream, we have 2 projects where we're non-operators. We're in partnership with Total Energies in the Tilenga project. We are partners with SINOC in the Kingfisher project. And then we have our own block, the Kasurubani project. And then we are also part of the East African Crude Oil Pipeline. We are part of refinery development. We are part of development of the Petro-based industrial park. We are developing 2 storage terminals. And of course, we are trading in petroleum products. And we anticipate to be trading in crude. We are trading in petroleum products, and soon we'll be launching the crude oil trading business. We are about to launch LPG business, and finally, we are also starting technical services. This is a summary of our global footprint. We've brought on board quite a number of partners. We have Total Energies from France, we have SINOC and Corsil from China. Then out of our businesses in petroleum products trading, we have a partnership with Kenya Pipeline Company, we have a partnership with VTTI, we have a partnership with Vito, Bahrain. We've also made remarkable progress with Petan here, and we've also signed an MOU with the Petroleum Commission Ghana. We have collaboration with INSTEC Malaysia, and we keep expanding because we rely so much on strategic partnerships. Now, this is a brief of the Tilenga project, which is operated by Total Energies. The intent is to produce about 190,000 barrels of crude per day. And of course, what we are doing today is setting up all the necessary infrastructure to bring these resources online. We are drilling so far about 106 wells. But the total scope of wells will be about 426 wells. But as of December, we were standing at 106. And I think this number has gone up by an additional 8 wells in January. And of course, there are other infrastructure developments that are ongoing, like the development of the central processing facilities, the flow line network, the feeder lines, and all this is progressing so well. Of course, the opportunity is here. Still come through the subcontracting. We have many contractors like McDonald and Sinopec on ground, and the opportunities are there. Then the next project we're dealing with is the Kingfisher project, again operated by SINOC, which is a Chinese company. We are partners holding 15%, and the intent within this project is to produce about 40,000 barrels of oil per day. And again, so many wells are being drilled. Today we have about 13 wells out of the 31 wells that are going to be drilled on that project. And the estimated project cost is somewhere under 3 billion, while for the Kingfisher we are anywhere just under 5 billion. And again, subcontracting opportunities are here. We have Sinopec and some of the other contractors on ground who are already undertaking the activities to ensure that we hit first oil come 2026. As a national oil company, we have an obligation for reserve replacement, and one of the initiatives we've taken on board is to venture into exploration. We have the Kasurban block, which was awarded to us 2 years ago, and we've done some substantial amount of work in terms of G&G, and we continue to look for a potential partner who we can spread the financial and technical risk with, so that we ramp up the exploration campaign and bring the resources on board. Again, here, there's a lot of potential in terms of technical services, technical studies, seismic processing, and you can get more about this block in our booth where my team has set up. On the East African Crude Pipeline, it's about $5 billion project that we are running together with Total Energies, CNOOC, and our counterpart in Tanzania, TPDC, and the intent is to construct a pipeline running from Uganda to Tanzania that is running for about 1,443 kilometers across borders. And we already made final investment decision, integrated investment decision across these projects. And today a lot of work is being undertaken. All the time, one contracts were awarded, right from pipeline manufacturing, pipeline construction, thermal insulation, civil works. So there's a whole stock of contracts that are running that are also looking for subcontractors. And for more opportunities, we always showcase them on the website for the company, ecop.com, where you can find more information about the contracting. Then the Uganda refinery, again, $3.5 to $4 billion project, where we are participating at 40%, while the private investor will be participating at 60%. We've negotiated commercial agreements, including the crude supply agreement, the implementation agreement, and shareholders agreement, and we are close to finalizing the implementation agreement during the course of this month. But the intent is to process 60,000 barrels of oil per day from this refinery to serve the market and also the forward markets, but also be able to utilize the products of the refinery to set up a petrol-based industrial park. And again, opportunities are here through EPC contracting and subcontracting services. Then we have the Kabalega petrol-based industrial park, about under 30 square kilometers of park, where we'll be developing a petrol-based industrial park, with the anchor projects being the refinery, the export hub for crude, and also the second international airport that has been set up. Many industries are going to be set up here, heavy, medium, and light industries, including petrochemicals, fertilizer complexes, and lighter industries. And when you look at the macroeconomic benefits similar to the refinery, we are looking at a high impact on the economy. But again, there is a lot of industries that you can come and interest yourselves in, so that we set up this industrial park. On storage terminals, we have one of the storage terminals we are running with a capacity of about 30 million liters in Jinja, Uganda. And the intent, or what we're doing today, is to improve the operational efficiency of that terminal and link it through a pipeline to the lake, so that we can import petroleum products from Kenya via barges and then bring them straight into the terminal and reduce the constraint on the roads. But it being 30 million liter capacity, it's not enough to serve the market. We are setting up another one within the suburbs of Kampala, which will be hosting about 320 million liters. The project cost is about $145 million US, and we intend to set up that, so the opportunities are there. Again, at subcontracting level, we will be entering into a strategic JV with one of the leading companies. And then, of course, one of the key breakthrough results we've had in 2024 was the mandate that we were given as the sole importer of petroleum products for all the Ugandan markets. We've done that. Initially in 2020, we were moving about 400 cubes of petroleum products, but today we've taken over the market of Uganda, and as of January, we've brought in anywhere close to 1.5 billion liters of petroleum products and serving the market. And again, this is one of the initiatives where, as a national oil company, we've taken over the mandate and servicing the oil marketing company, creating competitive prices and reducing the burden on the national treasury. And then, of course, LPG is one of the other business lines that we are embarking on. We are developing the business case around it. We've done pilot projects and installed some of the LPG cylinders in institutions. But the intent is to really roll it out at a bigger scale and serve the market because of the anticipated production we'll be receiving from the upstream and the refinery project. Again, opportunities for partnerships. So in terms of doing business in Uganda, of course, there's so many incentives that have been structured to support investments in Uganda. The legal and regulatory framework is clear. Oil and gas is one of the heavily supported industries in Uganda in terms of legislation and policy structure. The policies are clear, but one of the things that anyone investing in Uganda does or has to do is to register on the National Supplier Database. And I'm glad we have the regulator in the House who is going to walk you through at some point during the conversation on what you need to do to register on the supplier database. So opportunities are available, and I want to close it here because of time. I know I may have short the 10 minutes, but we are open. We have a booth that will be showcasing some of these opportunities that we have in Uganda. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for that rich delivery. It's like what's going on in Uganda. So, I mean, from building new projects coming out to the midstream, I mean, it's like a lot going on. So, please, if you have questions or comments, hold it. When all the panelists have spoken, we'll now come around to taking questions. So, we'll go back to you.
Thank you. Jose, okay, I want this to be participatory, so I want to stand up and use the stage so we have a conversation. Because I think this is the intent of this sector organizing this important occasion. You know, the energy sector is a very, very big sector. My name is Rex Basilia. I'm here with the Vice President for Administration, Mr. Bwaka Njanga of the National Oil Company of Liberia. If you hear this stand up. Okay, that's my colleague. We came together. Again, the Vice President of the National Oil Company of Liberia for Technical Services, former Deputy Minister of the Republic of Liberia, a Master's in Energy Economics from the Rice University, United States of America. So today's occasion is for us to have a conversation surrounding Africa's opportunity and how we can engage together and make it more room-friendly. Because I know a lot of things around the world, we try to take advantage of ourselves, but how proactive are we? So I bring the greetings from the President of the Republic of Liberia, His Excellency, President Joseph Newman Boakai, and the CEO of the National Oil Company, Fabian Lai, and all executive members, and the Lands and Mines from Mr. William Pay, Minister of Lands and Mines, and of course, other great people of Liberia. Thank you for making this trip. Jose, get my slides, buddy. So as we speak, the board chairman of the National Oil Company is in France, Paris, France. And she's, the good thing, we try to always be gender sensitive. That's a female. While she's making that representation, I'm on the other side making a representation here. So the PSC arrangement is in Paris, France, so she went to represent the National Oil Company, trying to make sure we sign the PSC, making sure that we can have an open environment because the president of the country has said Liberia is open for business. Where are we, buddy? Okay, thank you. I will for your signal. So I send you 2 slides. One subjected to the topic on the opportunities, the local contents, collaboration. But let's get on the second one I sent you on how far you have come in terms of energy, in terms of oil and gas, in terms of our participation around the world, and our engagement with TGS, collabs, and the rest of our people. Get me that slide, buddy. So it is important while they're looking for that to not keep it for longer term. These moderators have the way to put time on people, and I guess it takes my time just running. And I'll be I know those who are assembled in the room know fully well my time isn't running out. But I don't control the time. So, Liberia is currently in a stage where we try to engage in all sectors in terms of energy, and oil and gas have been very specific to us. The president asked that we engage with that. So the gateway to West Africa oil and gas opportunities, that's what I wanted to talk about. So while we are waiting, Jose, the gentleman will send that email to you. Thank you, brother. Just a few slides. Yeah. Thank you. You are technologically equipped to make sure that we get back on our feet. So we're talking about the National Oil Company of Liberia. First of all, that's the logo. And our representation from where we've come and where we are, we think with the engagement and negotiations we've done, Liberia is your gateway to the West Africa's oil and gas opportunities. Why we say so? The overview of the National Oil Company of Liberia. So the National Oil Company of Liberia the National Oil Company of Liberia is the commercial line of the Liberian oil and gas sector. And it was established in the 2000s. And of course, we've been in the 2000s driving on exploration, doing licensing, partnership, and of course, we're also looking out for partnership opportunities. What's NOCA's role? NOCA plays a crucial role in promoting a transparent, competitive, and responsible oil and gas sector in Liberia. It acts as the custodian of the country's seismic data and facilitates partnership with international investors. Federal investment climate. Transition, the country has transition. We have elections, that's the political part. And before you have investment politically, you have to be stable. You have to have an environment that's so friendly that you will have your investors and partners coming in a secure environment before they invest their finances or before they have a partnership. So we come to say to you, while we're having this conversation, Liberia is a very safe environment. We've asked all of you, asking all of you to go in and do business. We're ready to negotiate, we're ready to engage, and we're ready to make sure that we can partnership whatever views you have in terms of oil and gas, because We've already had a conversation with several other partners, COMAC, we have a partnership with TGS, we have a partnership with Petrobras, which is issuing lessons, the Total Energy, and of course, BP. We have a dialogue with them. So we asking everybody in the room, if you have interest in Liberia politically, we are stable. We got a new president who have asked us to send this message across. And so that's why we thought it was necessary for us to mention here. Stable governance, legal framework, and of course, a growing infrastructure. So the upstream operation of the offshore. And the reason this is important, because the issues of petroleum rights in Liberia are given through competitive bidding. We don't take shortcuts. You get involved into the process, it goes through competitive bidding, you get engaged with the requisite entity involved, and that's the reason, one of the reasons why our legislature at some point in time we were regulating ourselves, and at the same time we were in commercial line. What happened a few years ago, we split the institution, and of course now we have the Liberia Regulatory Agency, the LPRA, and then of course they regulate and they make sure that when institutions coming in the country, they make sure they view, evaluate, do precision, and then appraisal that they gather from the conversation you have with them, inform their reasoning to let locals know that this company is important, they are real, they are reliable, and that you can do business with them. And that's how we started to engage with BP, ExxonMobil, and the rest of other companies, Petrobras, they get involved with our assessment data and the rest of other areas. So this is important. You got direct negotiation. Where interested investors are required to send letter of intent to the FPRA, not to the local, because we want to be fair. We cannot be the one regulating ourselves and at the same time try to be the one commercializing the institution. So for this reason, you pass through all these procedures. When you're done with that, you get pre-qualified, and then you move on to the negotiation process and subsequent signing of the PSC, and then of course, personally we have some conversation, like I said, in Paris, the chair of the board, Madam Gloria Scout, who's a councillor, former Chief Justice of Liberia, is the chair of the board of the National Oil. I know by the grace of God and all the negotiations we do in here, I might have some partners in here ready to dialogue with me. I can see that I have some partners in here ready to negotiate to go to Liberia. We are ready. So we can do that business together. We move on to the upstream operation on offshore. What's the Liberia basin? Currently, I can inform you, we have 33 offshore blocks. And of course, all these offshore blocks right now, they need customers. We need partners for them. Licenses issued before have been expired. So this is open for business. We got Liberia basin, and then we have the Copper basin. And of course, as you see the numbers there, you can have interest and make sure that we can have dialogue immediately when I drop the microphone. We'll be ready to have conversation and we'll be ready to negotiate. So we got 33 offshore blocks, and they can be engaged moving forward from here, and we can have a dialogue moving forward. What have we done with the upstream operation on offshore? I was assessing from the team, the advertisement, the marketing, the engagement of the National Oil Company, through all our conversations around Petrobras, and of course the recent one with BP, Total Energy, the personal assessment data, the 2D in recent days. So TGS have been our partner. And of course, been a forerunner in terms of how we engage, in terms of how we have this conversation. And they have been generous in terms of this energy movement. And of course, several other partners are needed to make sure this works. And you see, we can inform you on the data available, and that can inform your research that we are ready. We have the 3D assessment, the 3D, and of course the 2D gravity and the magnetic data. Of course, that can help to make sure that we all, as a partner, we're ready. The upstream operation offshore, look how well data. I was just having a conversation on the corner. In recent times, there's some people did some studies on our well, and of course, they inform us on some of the important things that we are about to do into these different sectors. Well, coal not the one responsible for that. That's our partner responsible for that. They do the lab approach. Of course, it is to evaluate the legacy Liberian well data set in a greater regional context to apply to regional learnings regarding controls on reservoir presence and reservoir quality. So we got partners engaged with that. COLAB have been doing that negotiation, they've been having that dialogue, they've been representing us, and of course, before they do that, they ask us for permission. We are the custodian of the well, so they can't just move ahead, but we have that partnership with them. We would like to have several other. Liberia is open for business. So to see the data available, the geochemical reports, end of the well reports from all 10 recent wells, and of course, these are the information we have for you. Pre-commercial success in the narrative. The European hydrocarbon, it was done in 2012. Feature exploration success in the Harper Basin. The Albion analog, see the river entries. These are graphics that we put together, and these things are in the Harper Basin. To tell you a story about this Harper Basin quickly, because and while we try to wait for the time. Few stories to connect to what the topic is. And that's why I have two telephones here, so that I can see some of these ones might not be up here in terms of contents. This story I want to share with you, you heard about the ENI, going to Ivory Coast, and of course they did some analysis into the different fuels and the different some reconnaissance and survey. We already different fuels, you know, when you go do the reconnaissance and survey on the soil to prove your reasoning that this place is capable, or into the offshore where is to prove your reasoning that this place is capable of producing oil. So the ENI was in Ivory Coast, and you know we share a close border with Ivory Coast, and this Harper Basin got a connection. And the recent survey and statistics from the data they gathered has informed us that this Harper Basin got a good intention for Africa. Good intention in terms of we got progress, we see the signs and the symptoms that in this place we will gather a lot of partners in the Harper Basin. So based on the conversation and the analysis done with ENI from Ivory Coast, our closest partner, so this connects the conversation with opportunities in Africa. What that does for us, the technology, people going to be using the different sets of technology already there. As a big partner, Liberia is closer, we could learn the breed. We could gather some information from them. We could look at how they went on with the test case. We could look at how they do their evaluation. Then we build that relationship with Ivory Coast. That's why when this topic of the opportunities in Africa came about, we thought it was so important that we lay some emphasis on countries that are closer to us, especially African countries closer to us. So I just thought to reference that in terms of the topic and then the collaboration. So these are some ways that we can eventually understand what the oil sector is important about. We are very busy. Good to excellent reservoir quality in data from the sandstones, the lobes, the channels, the soils, our hinterland, and of course the systems. The upstream operations onshore. While we gather it, the mineral map shows the sediments of the Cape Mount. And Cape Mount is a county that we have all the different streets here. I know I heard about the Jubilee, and the things of the Ghanaian, where of course Ghana is not booming. Cape Mount is one of the many counties from Liberia, and where we have the peace with the rest of other areas. And in that place, we think it is important where some of the different things you say in terms of the peace of basin as area in the Montserrat, where Monrovia is the capital city. Maggie, Robert, and the Basel Basin, where I'm from, And hopefully when we find the oil in there, I guess my people will be rejoicing economically. And for the infrastructure in Grand Bassam, we have a whole different dimension. So when I see Bassam always referenced in the oil and gas sector, it gives me more joy to represent Liberia out here. Opportunities with showcase, crude, PMS, idle box storage and facility. The numbers are not the same. If somebody have interest in sharing with you these slides, I will do, and I'll get your email because I've been out here to make sure that we share the camaraderie, we share these, build these relationships, build the friendships. Tomorrow, if I go to Gambia, for instance, I will be able to talk to the directors. One of my colleagues told me, you shouldn't be calling the female directors anymore, just a director. I know how real it's there. I tried to do that, but always it gives me some difficulty to want to see a female as a director. So I apologize if you think I'm trying to film. So for that, it is the directors. When I go to Gambia, I will want to engage with her to know the oil sector there. And of course, and all these big people, the friends and partners we make it, we can keep engaged. And I think that's what these forums are for. So I'm grateful that SAIPEC could invite the National Oil Company of Liberia and we will make a presentation here. Local's commitment to sustainable development, environmental protection, we're ready to do that for you. You know, when you heard about the Atlantic, Nigeria, the Morocco, the oil spill, the celebration with that, Liberia had made a representation that we were in articles. We got people representing us called the Atlantic, Nigeria, Morocco. So it's Nigeria, the Morocco Atlantic Gas Trail. And we are on that committee. I remember when we were reading that document, and the important thing is the references here is because that document says as much as that pipeline will be traveling, you see the connection, the connectivity in there. Liberia, if the pipeline passes through Liberia, Liberia is going to benefit. You're not just going to move your pipeline in Liberia like that. If the pipeline passes through Africa is going to benefit you. So these relationship is very important. We got to be very softer and softer so that we all can move very, very, very good on a good footing. So environmental protection is necessary. Local prioritize the environmental protection. Community engagement, the topic talks about local content. And we can only do this when we allow the people to participate. If we allow our next door partners, friends that are involved in this, willing to open to us and explain to us what it means or where they come from and where they are now and where they're going. Because that is important. We start to have these technologies and this information from each other. I mean, it is not good for us. Because to example here, to have this conversation on connectivity, the opportunities in Africa, we should be able to share the knowledge with each other so we can know how Nigeria got here, how Gambia got there. And I listened to her with a nice presentation. How did she get there? How she's working to explain. So let me know that, okay, these were the tracks we follow. This is the technology. You can, and this will be power for you. I'll be counting on that. So capacity building. NOCAD invests in training and development programs to build local expertise in the oil and gas. So local expertise is that a lot of people, for instance, they come from Grand Bassam County, they don't have the idea, they don't want to do oil and gas. We have to send some of them on scholarship. You can be in a place where you benefit, and the local people, the corporate social responsibility, you got to attach a value to that. And that gives you security as well. Because for instance, River says, that's one of my counties. You can go into River says, and of course you want to bring people to see on the offshore, they doing the examination, the environmental part of it has to be important, the people got to participate. Some part of it you have to go to the different people, explain to them, give them the benefit of the doubt so they can be involved. That alone gives security, the environmental protection. So we build people capacity, travel around the world, get a sense of belonging, they be taught all these different things that they need to learn. When they come back home, in this kind of forum, they don't just be noticed. They participate. They get involved. They know what you say. They wouldn't just say, what is he talking about? The last time I was in the UK, I heard somebody explain to me why it is important to water and gas, the environmental aspect, and of course the capacity building. Join Liberia's energy features.
So, risk. Very energetic, nice presentation, but we're really overrun for time, so if you can wrap up in about 2 minutes.
Yes, I guess I can wrap up right now. Thank you. That's what I said. I'm not a of the time. I think I already did that. And of course, but thank you. So join Liberia's energy future. Invest in exploration, partner with local, develop infrastructure. Next steps. There might be the end of the slide. So because of that, the next step says, please get involved. Let's do business together. Let's work together as a team. Thank you, with all that.
Thank you so much, Luis. We can see the passion. There's still a whole lot to share, so please feel free to engage on the sidelines and ask us any questions. So,
good afternoon, everyone. I promise I will not take as long as Mr. Rick. Simply because I'm very hungry and I had a lot of curiosity. So I'm signing up just to make sure that I don't fall asleep with the middle of my presentation. Thank you for being here and sticking on time with us. Good afternoon to everyone once again. And distinguished ladies and gentlemen, all protocols observed. So I will skip through a lot of my slides, especially those that are more technical. I'm lucky, perhaps that is why I'm looking long. I'm lucky to have another presentation tomorrow with fellow heads of exploration, all the NOCs writing more detail. I am an engineer by background, reservoir for that matter, so this is really my passion. The Gambia National Petroleum Company was set up in 2003 as a commercial partner of government, like and know-how. And we seek investment partners for upstream exploration operations, storage depot investments, and we also run a countrywide network of retail stations. One of the things that we have as an advantage for being an early stage exploration company still in frontier countries is that we have the opportunity to streamline energy efficiency and decarbonization initiatives in our business operations. GNPC contributes to our country climate change targets and efficiency initiatives by ensuring that we solarize all operations. You can see the pictures that from our head office to our stations, we do make sure that all the roofs are based on solar panels. We might as well take great advantage of our favorable geographical positioning as well as our geological opportunities. I will skip this and get into it in detail because it's one of the blocks for which we are partners and we have some other empty blocks as well. We have basically both offshore and onshore blocks. I'll get into that in a bit. This is the wrong slide. Okay, so I'll go back. This is the wrong presentation. Sorry, I didn't change my presentation slide a bit too late. So basically we have about 8 offshore blocks and 2 onshore blocks. And the entire country is just about 11,000 kilometers square. You can appreciate how small it is. And we have great data coverage. Our data coverage is about 8% offshore. However, onshore we have very minimal data coverage of less than 5%. And the location of the Gambia, I don't have that slide here, I would love to show it, is right in the middle of the MSTBC Basin. Now, the MSTBC Basin is the current stockholder in West African exploration. You would recall the massive discoveries that were made in Senegal in 2014 that has resulted in them seeing first oil earlier this year, last year. We're in 2025 now, so I'm still in 2024. But in 2024, there was first oil in the Sangoman oil field of Senegal. And so because we are located right in the middle of Senegal, we've got oil and gas fields to our north and our south. And being in the middle is always really well for our own petroleum exploration prospects. And GNPC right now is partnering on Block 84, the slide you're seeing with Petronor. We've done some technical work. And we have some drill-ready prospects that have a minimum economic field size of about 6 to 8 million barrels, which is at a break-even oil price of 32 billion barrels. Tomorrow I will also talk about our most prolific block, which is the block A1. It was famous because it was held by British Petroleum and it had gotten to drill-ready status when COVID struck, the energy transition hysteria and activism struck as well, and we ended up having to put all drilling plans on hold for the block A1. We also have other blocks which were recently drilled in the past 5 years. They were disappointing water paths, but we know in oil and gas exploration it's a long game. The drill density is almost equivalent to, or proportional rather, to the success, the chance of success. And unfortunately in the Gambia, though we do have really good geological settings and very prolific prospects, we have a very low well density. So our focus on inviting investment is really, we're looking for partners who have the CapEx to deploy to drill wells, because we do believe that we are setting a massive oil discoveries that just require a bit more wells to be drilled in order to be the next success story like our neighboring Senegal. And so this shows basically an analog to the Sangomar oil fields. We see this in the Sangomar license and the Block A4 license. The seismic lines are eerily similar, and I will get into this in more detail tomorrow. As we said, we believe that when we talk about cross-border collaboration, the fact that we are right inside Senegal and they already have operational capabilities that have been deployed, our shore-based operations also usually take up from Senegal. It means that there is the concept of fast development, and we can have relatively faster post-oil in the Gambia, the regular discovery, in 5 years compared to Senegal, which took over 10 years because they were deploying it for the first time. And so, in summary, we do have prospects in proven place, not just in this block A4, and we believe that, as I said, our small minimum economic field size and a low break-even oil price due to excellent fiscal terms would give the opportunity for cluster development. I will talk a bit more about the onshore block activity tomorrow, but like I said earlier, we have very little data coverage onshore. However, wells in the shale gas prospects, which we see as not very profitable or commercially attractive in those years and decades, but now we all know gas is green. And so our corporate strategy for our block projects are really to unlock potential, to secure JV partners, and then begin drilling and make discoveries. We have a book here. I'm jumping with the head of downstream as well, Mr. Adam is in the audience, and he will be very happy to answer to any questions you may have about the downstream in terms of storage, tank farms, and in terms of importation of oil products. We have a very similar regime to both Nigeria and Uganda in that we as the national oil companies focus on JVs with international partners, whereas our Petroleum Commission is the regulator. So they handle their cross stuff for licensing opportunities. When the licensing negotiations progress, we come in and we do technical analysis and we end up as a JV partner. We also have our ministry who set the direction for policy, and basically we are well structured as well. We've got great above the ground institutional setup, a great legal framework that is benchmarked against the high performing countries, and we have a very stable political and investment climate. We also have the benefit of being a great tourist location as well. You will find the rare species of birds in the Gambia. There will be beautiful beaches and windmills is smiling coast of West Africa. I thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you so much. So now to hear from the National Office of Hydrocarbons and Mines of Morocco.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Sarah Viti. I'm head of offshore exploration division. I'm very happy to participate at this panel on behalf of ONHIM. I'm very happy to share with you our experiences and our projects are running in. So it starts by some key aspects of our country. So we are approximately 27 million of very common people. Our primary energy consumption stands to 23 million tons of oil equivalent, with a dependency on energy rate up to 93%, which means that we have a high reliance to external energy resources. Our net energy bill in 2023 was 11 billion, very expensive. And by 2030 energy consumption forecast, we expect to have 43 million ton oil equivalent of needs. So all these statistics give an idea about a country which is Morocco with a growing economy and increasing for high energy demand. So what's the advantage which gives Morocco? So it's politically stable country with a unique geographic location with 3,500 kilometers coastline in the Atlantic Ocean and the Mediterranean Sea. We are located at only 15 kilometers distance from Europe, and it's the first North Africa in terms of infrastructure quality with 14 foreign trade ports and 25 airports. Let's have a look to Office National de l'État, which is the national oil company, is a public, industrial and commercial office created in 2003 by the merger of BRPN, which is Bureau de Recherche et Participation Minière, which was created in 1928 and was in charge at that time of mines. Expect phosphate, which is related to official and phosphate. In 1981, Office National de Recherche et Exploitation Pétrolière was created to take in charge hydrocarbon exploitation and exploration. And in 2003, these two offices were merged to give Office National de l'État, which is the official national oil company of Morocco. So, ONHIM has three main missions: mining exploration, hydrocarbons exploration, and midstream activities. So we have to conduct research, exploration, and exploitation of hydrocarbons, minerals deposits, and any mineral substance. We have to promote and support any action likely to contribute to the development of the exploration and exploitation of hydrocarbons and mineral substances. We provide any operator with a rich, reliable, and accessible database. We negotiate with any potential partners for the contractual service, and we contribute also to midstream activities. So what are Morocco incentives that encourage investments in Morocco? So I will start by the Moroccan hydrocarbon law, which is one of the most attractive in the world. The government interest share does exceed 25% maximum. We have the lowest royalty rates. We have corporate tax very interesting with a total exemption for 10-year period starting after the start of the production. So this hydrocarbon law is very attractive and can give to partners who will to invest in Morocco a good deal regarding investment versus reward ratio. We have a flexible contractual framework to adapt operators involving needs during exploration and the production stages. We do with the direct negotiation. We don't have this. We don't have rounds. So we have three kinds of contracts. Reconnaissance licenses, which provide framework for conducting data reintegration or acquisition. We have the exploration permit, awarded after signing a bilateral agreement between investors and the Moroccan state, represented by ONMI, on the basis of a work program of gas seismic acquisition and drilling activities. Then exploration concession awarded after commercial discovery. Let's have now a look for hydrocarbon exploration overview with the focus in offshore segments. So, all the efforts done by ONMI regarding hydrocarbon flows and infrastructure and the good environment business which give to its partners, we succeed to have a very heavy database in terms of seismic. So in offshore efforts, for example, we have more than 100,000 kilometers of 2D seismic, and we have more than 67,000 square kilometers of 3D seismic. In the offshore Mediterranean, we have more than 10,000 kilometers of 2D seismic, but we are still in the explored regarding exploration wells. We have only 45 exploration wells in the Atlantic and 2 in the Mediterranean. For the currently licensing statute, we have 61 exploration permits, 35 in offshore and 27 in onshore. We have 11 exploration concessions. We have 31 open blocks, with 13 in offshore and 18 in onshore. So more than 95% of exploration investments are supported by ONMI's partners. From geological point of view also, we have a very attractive geology with a large sedimentary basins of several geological and structural types and a very extended offshore domain. So which led to the presence of many types of plays which have been developed thanks to intensive 2D and 3D seismic acquisition, processing and reprocessing within the last few decades. But only few factors related to some of these play sites were tested, leading to limited hydrocarbon discoveries. So in terms of the production, in the offshore, we have we made recently a discovery in the northern part of Atlantic offshore, which is onshore discovery in Texas offshore. In the other parts of the Atlantic margin, we have multiple heavy oil and gas shows offshore identified as a basis of drilling. So, but I mentioned that we have still underexplored. We are encouraging investments in Morocco, in oil and gas exploration in Morocco. We are organizing free data rooms with access to GNG reports and seismic integration projects. And as I said before, we are dealing with direct negotiation for any contracts. To sum up, so in addition to favorable geology for oil and gas exploration and production, we are still largely underexplored onshore and offshore basins with only 37 exploration wells, more than 850 prospects and leads were identified. The so far drilled wells have discovered modest total hydrocarbons to prove existence of working petroleum system. But Morocco remains an attractive and promising area, only with its partners will contribute to impulse the hydrocarbon exploration. So Morocco is opening up new opportunities with steadily growing local energy demand. It has a very developed infrastructure that facilitates smooth operation. We give access to a comprehensive, reliable, and accessible database to support our partners' exploration efforts. We have a secure and attractive business and operational environment with outstanding opportunities. So we believe in a future full of potential, offering stable ground for partnership. Thank you. I mentioned that we have a good year, and we will do a technical presentation more detailed about geology and about opportunities, geological opportunities in Morocco, about foreign country, which will be given by ONMI. So thank you very much.
Thank you, I'm not from ENA for most speakers. Ahmad, if you can keep it to about 7 minutes, more, everybody who spoke after this will get some equity when the production starts in earnest. Inclusive of myself. So please allow me, that's it.
Thank you. Good afternoon. I saw here a presentation from my colleagues from the panel. They made a lot of slides explaining the geology which you are doing, but I'm going just to explain about Mozambique in one slide. This slide that you have here. So Mozambique, we have two main basins. No problem, but I will try to point what we have in Mozambique. So in Mozambique we have two main basins. One is the Rovuma Basin in the north part of Mozambique, which is just that area on top of the map. And the Mozambique Basin is starting from the almost the middle until the end of the southern part of Mozambique. So these two basins is this is two basins that we have all the petroleum system. That's why, as a result of the study, geological study, geophysical study, drilling, all the study that we have to do in the oil and gas, we have the big gas discovery in the Rovuma Basin with DNI and Anadarko before. Now we have total exporting to South Africa. Exporting to South Africa. So just to see all the operations that we have with Americans, Europeans company, but now we have a collaboration with the African companies. Just to emphasize that in the southern part, in the Pantanal, we work with Sasol, which is South African company, and we export that. So from 2003, we have a new company called ITO from Nigeria, which we start to do exploration in the Mazega block, which is the south of Mozambique. This area here is a huge area, which we hope that in the near future we can discover something there. But until now, we are doing aeromag acquisition, and from that we're going to the seismic, and if we see something good, we're going to drill and to see if we can find more gas. So from this presentation, what I would like to say is we have a lot of areas which is still open for the new companies to come, and we can do exploration together, because in Mozambique, all the companies, we are ENH, National Oil Company, which we are partner with all the companies that is coming to Mozambique. On the other hand, yesterday my colleague explained that we have a service company, which all the companies that want to supply service for the oil and gas, we are open to join this company. So my presentation is not too long for today. I think I'm going to stop now. Thank you.
Thank you, Ahmad. So we will listen to the panelists, interesting presentations, with opportunities across Africa. One thing that comes clear in most of the presentations is there's opportunity for exploration. I've seen, a little bit of what they do in Mozambique. It does encourage people to explore. and quickly zoom into areas of interest without holding on the entire area. And I'm sure we do that similar in the other countries. Interesting perspective from Morocco, really nice, attractive fiscal regimes, especially with tax exemptions. So a lot of new oil opportunities are now coming up in the next couple of years in Uganda. Nice, very good exploration prospects in Liberia, co-relatable business across other areas where there has been some significant performance. So we see time and time again. I mean, there's a lot to say, but I mean, I don't want to roll this up because I know we're just a lot. So we're just going to take 2 questions from the audience, and then after that, feel free to engage the panelists on the sidelines. So, please, is there any question or comment that anyone from the audience would like to pose to the panelists? Okay, in the absence of any questions, please feel free to engage on the sidelines. Is a round of applause for our panelists.
Just give me a second. Chairman, please come. Please come. Yeah. Yes. You know, it's our tradition to say thank you to our panelists with the token, and this time we're presenting them this. Let's begin from our chairman. So we want to begin with our friend Mr. Hamad. The chairman will be shaking hands. Chairman, let's begin from Mr. Hamad, sir. Mr. Hamad from Mozambique. Let's give him another round of applause. So thank you very much for your time. Please get the one for Madam Didi. Madam Didi will be the next. All right, thank you, Madam Didi. Let's give Madam Didi another round of applause. Thank you for those opportunities you've shown us. Mozambique, Morocco, all opportunities. Next, I want to say a big thank you to you, Kani. Kani Joe is also sharing with us for his the expectations of the continent from the Gambia. So Mozambique, Morocco, the Gambia. Next is our brother from Liberia. Thank you, Kani. Great. Thank you so much for finding the time to bring this opportunity to the corridors of the continent and not just Liberia. Please proceed. Proceed. Photographers, I will mostly for one. Thank you, Reese. Thank you very much. And it will be Mrs. Nabanja next, the leading CEO on the continent, leading great exploits in Uganda, and always finding time to join the continental players that she's invited. And to our moderator, Mr. Victor Koroko, represented by ED for Assets Iteo. Mr. Tade Limo, thank you so much. Thank you. So, Chairman, before you leave, let's take one final family photo with them. Please, one final family photo with the Chairman. Okay, so we will be proceeding to lunch. We'll be proceeding to lunch. From here, we'll be back from lunch in 40 minutes. We'll be back from lunch in 40 minutes. That's it. I know, right? Well, before I announce the time, we will take a 3-minute quick launch sponsors comment from Anteo before I announce the time we're coming back from lunch. Photographers, have the picture. Don't worry, it's not going to GQ or this thing, it's for SAIPEC website. Thank you.